Good evening, my name is Brendan Anderson, and this is my Any Old Hammock Will Hang presentation. So, the purpose of this presentation for me is to explain how I got to LSUS, why I'm an English major, and what I'm doing with that, and sort of, maybe not what I'm doing with that, but why I pursue art as a chosen field of study. So I chose a hammock. It looks cool to me. As my bag for this presentation, for the same reason why I chose this hammock as a gift for my senior gift. It was given to me by my mother, and I wanted a gift that would balance the important aspects of critical thinking and metacognition in education with the creative necessity of relaxation, joy, and adventure. So I wanted a gift that would really last throughout my life. A hammock isn't going anywhere, and would get me connected back to nature and things I enjoy, like being outdoors. So when I first graduated high school and left with this hammock to go to LSU Baton Rouge, my past was filled with lots of support and love from my home, from my friends and family. This is all of the words, so all of the cards, all the notes, all of the paper type things that are art that my family and friends have given me that aren't like physical art, I should specify. Like these are all word oriented, and these are the words that connect us. I think that what makes humans really distinctly human is their ability to communicate needs outside of the here and now, and wants and desires at all, more than simple animalistic mating processes. I think it's really an interesting concept of language, and it really makes bettering the self, bettering the consciousness, and the universe experiencing itself through the lens of language and being able to share that through language. I really think that's a beautiful thing. But at LSU Baton Rouge, I really didn't enjoy the post-COVID scene. I was wasting money, and there wasn't really accessibility in the ways that I wanted because of COVID. So I moved to LSUS, and my present became a flip-flop. I'm all over the place. I haven't taken these credits. I took too many credits, whatever. So I chose a musical instrument, also artistically related, also given to me by my mom, the kalimba, because it flip-flops and makes you look at the world a little differently. So it goes left to right, sort of like the instruments in the Purple Park in Shreveport, but C, D, E, F, G, and so on go left to right instead of back and forth left and right, instead of like just one directionally left to right. And that seems really confusing and pointless, but you actually get these cool chord abilities and sets up. It sets up really interesting ways to think about music that sort of change your perspective. So, in the present, my life has been about changing my perspective, opening my mind, exploring my musical self, exploring my artistic self, my expressional self, my output, not just my input of knowledge. And I really think a musical instrument that's unconventional is a great way of representing that in terms of my own personality and life experiences. And so finally, I know this is a bit over time, and I'm being a little bit wordy. Forgive my wordiness, I'm an English major. This is my future. I've taken an old Valentine's box, and I filled it with all empty lighters, marks of consumption, eating chocolate and using lighters for candles. And I really took these as marks of waste, of existing in the human condition, but having outputs that aren't necessarily good for anyone. And while it's not the fault of the individual for how systems are oppressive and causing waste and causing people to participate in these wasteful practices for survival, I do think on a small scale you can make changes to use what would maybe be considered waste and make art. So I'm making a lamp. I'm lighting my path ahead. I'm making a lampshade with all of these lighters. So it's all very bright in this metaphor. And that's my presentation. Thank you.